have explored Monaco together, a place where luxury is defined by discretion and poise. Tonight, let us venture deeper into that world to witness how million-dollar machines, elite ladies, and every graceful movement have shaped the magnificent Monaco of 2026. To you, what does this scene signify? The power of status, absolute self-assurance, or an invisible art of control? Subscribe now so you don't miss our next exclusive explorations. In the sanctuary of Monaco, luxury has never required long-winded explanations or glittering billboards. Here, value is recognized by intuition, understood through unspoken conventions, and respected in absolute silence. Observe how a supercar glides across the casino square. Even before the 1,000-horsepower engine has time to cool down, it has already fulfilled its linguistic mission. The presence of these million-dollar machines in the Principality is not intended to flaunt speed or create extreme roars to attract attention. Instead, it is a ritual of validation. In an ecosystem where wealth is a given, the car is no longer merely a means of transportation. It becomes a social passport, a mechanical filter quietly distinguishing between those who truly belong to Monaco's elite bloodline and the travelers merely passing through to admire. There is a small lesson in perceived value we can draw from the rhythm of life here. The pinnacle of communication lies not in words, but in presence. In other cities, people use exhaust notes to assert the ego. But in Monaco 2026, true power chooses to manifest through control. You will see Bugattis or Paganis moving at minimum speed, smooth and proud. The drivers are not in a hurry, for they know the world around them will automatically adjust its rhythm to theirs. This is a lesson in intrinsic confidence. When you truly possess status, you do not need to compete for space or sound with anyone. Recognition will find you as a natural consequence. Try to view power in Monaco from a different perspective, beyond the figures of horsepower or list prices. Power here is indifference toward luxury. While tourists rush to raise their phones to capture the moment a rare car passes by, the true residents of Monaco granted a silent acknowledgement. They are not curious, for they understand the genetic code of this elegance. Real power does not lie in owning the most expensive item. It lies in that item becoming a part of your breath, a part of the design of your life to the point you no longer see it as anything special. It is the transformation from the desire to possess to a state of being. A car in Monaco says, its owner not only has money, but they have time and stillness, the two ultimate luxuries that money sometimes struggles to buy outright. When the engines are settled and the status codes are established, the world's gaze does not stop at the polished steel shell. Attention begins to shift artistically and subtly. For once the car door opens, a new chapter of power emerges. No longer inanimate machines, but vivid entities carrying the poise that creates the soul of a Monaco night. In Monaco, wealth is only the tip of an iceberg, where codes of conduct and symbolic layers are the core of power. In this chapter, we do not discuss the beauty of the cars, but rather their sign language. Here, each car is not just an asset, it is a living entity carrying a message about time, relationships, and an understanding of the rules of the game. Observe the rhythm of a typical evening. From selecting the right car for the event, the timing of the appearance, whether at the climax or when the night has settled, to the way a car door is opened, all are codes that only the inner circle can decode. There is no room for haste is a symptom of insecurity. No detail is accidental, for in this world, randomness is viewed as a lack of control. These mechanical masterpieces glide over ancient cobblestones like familiar faces, welcomed with indifference rather than curiosity. Their presence is not an event to be discussed, but an inevitability, much like the breath of the principality itself. There is a profound lesson hidden behind these interactions. The pinnacle of class is when you do not need to preach about it. When an individual enters Monaco's high society circle, they do not need to explain who they are. Class here is defaulted. The lesson in perceived value we see is the shift from trying to impress to becoming part of the background. Trust is not built through contracts, but through the consistency of poise over decades. The supercar now becomes a part of the self, reflecting a tangled web of relationships and a long-standing position within closed circles. When you no longer feel the need to prove anything, that is when you truly possess power. Reflect on a new perspective. In Monaco, power does not lie in the engine block, but in the ability to shape the surrounding space simply by one's presence. When the cars stop, the space around them is not broken, it is restructured. Valet staff, servers, and even passers-by automatically adjust their behavior to match the frequency of the car's owner. Power here is a type of static energy. It requires no violent action, yet has the strength to direct all things. It is a reflection of absolute belief in one's own status. Those stepping out of the cars carry a quiet aura of authority. They do not seek attention with their eyes. They occupy the space with their nonchalance. It is a supreme control over the environment, without the need for a single command. When the status genotypes have been perfectly established through wordless signals, and attention begins to shift artistically from polished steel to living subjects, we begin to see the soul of the Monaco night more clearly. The lights from the Grand Hotel lobby not only shine upon elegant silhouettes, they illuminate a new standard of influence. Luxury begins to shed its mechanical shell to don the beauty of fluidity and intellect. Join us as we step into the next chapter, where the elite ladies will redefine the concept of energy control in the royal darkness. As darkness falls over the winding roads of Monte Carlo, another layer of power begins to reveal itself, softer yet more elusive. In this chapter, we analyze the shift from inanimate machines to living entities, the women who redefine the concept of luxury in Monaco 2026. Here, the most powerful detail is not the one that tries to grab attention at all costs, but the one that never needed attention to exist. Observe how the bong hong, elegant ladies, and supermodels enter an evening space. Their presence is symbolic and deliberate, like an architectural blueprint already completed. Every step is measured with composure. Every pause carries a calculated weight. They do not need to scan the surroundings for applause, nor do they adjust their posture to please any gaze. Instead, they move with an internal belief that every space, from five-star hotel lobbies to the most secluded clubs, was inherently created just to welcome them. There is a valuable lesson in perception behind this poise. True luxury does not lie in the attire, but in the power to control personal energy. By 2026, the Monaco elite no longer value momentary performances. Their elegance comes from the ability to mastering time, mastering emotions, and mastering their own narrative. They know exactly when to appear to create the greatest impact, where to stand to absorb the essence of the party, and most importantly, when to vanish to preserve the mystery. The lesson here is, when you stop seeking external validation, you begin to possess a type of power that no one can take away. Reflect on a new perspective. In Monaco, power is not a detached prominence, but the ability to integrate with the context to the point of perfection. These women do not appear as visiting guests. They move as if they are part of the urban design, the living soul of the royal evenings. Power here is defined by fluency. They do not need to strain to show status, for status is saturated in the way they hold a champagne flute or the way they give a slight nod to the person opposite them. This is a power without trace, without sound, yet capable of coordinating the atmosphere of an entire room. It reminds us that in the world of the elite, the winner is not the one who makes the most noise, but the one who can command silence most effectively. When confidence forged through experience has created a perfect rhythm for the night, we begin to notice that luxury does not stop at poise or gesture. It begins to permeate the deeper layers of high culture, where invisible rules of style and aesthetics begin to speak. That elegance is not merely a state, but the prelude to a new language of communication. Prepare to enter the next section, where we will decode the art of restraint and the silent fashion codes governing this tiny kingdom. In a world of excess, the one who truly holds power is the one who knows how to say no to ostentation. In Monaco, this chapter in the book of elite lifestyle is not written with vibrant colors or harsh sounds, but is etched by the art of restraint. This is the stage where luxury sheds its material skin to become a state of mind, where minimalism becomes the most powerful manifesto of authority. Every detail here is refined through a rigorous filter of consistency. You will encounter steady but non-confrontational gazes, firm but unhurried steps, and measured smiles just enough to maintain a connection. The elite ladies and connoisseurs do not appear as separate entities trying to take over the space. On the contrary, they blend into the city's heartbeat, interacting with the architecture and light of Monte Carlo as an inseparable part of the master design. They are not visitors, they are the living souls of this very ecosystem. But in Monaco 2026, the difference lies in the ability to dissolve without being diluted. Restraint in gesture and action is exactly how they protect privacy and maintain dignity. When you no longer need to amplify yourself through volume or dramatic scenes, you have reached a new level of freedom. The lesson here is, true luxury is when you can walk through a room full of curious eyes while maintaining absolute silence in your soul. Reflect on power from a new angle. In Monaco, power is measured by the ability to maintain consistency. In an environment where all eyes are on you, maintaining an unchanging poise, an unwavering restraint, is a form of iron discipline. Power here is not an explosion, but a persistence. It is the ability to control your own heart rate while standing amidst symbols of extreme wealth. The most powerful person is not the one with the most dramatic action, but the one who can maintain composure and elegance in every situation. Restraint is not a deficiency. It is the maximum concentration of energy into the most core points, creating an invisible but fierce magnetic pull that makes the surrounding world automatically revolve around the axis you have established. When restraint has become the solid framework for personal poise, it begins to find resonance in the material layers surrounding the human being. Silence in action leads the way for sophistication in appearance. Because in Monaco, fashion is not used to decorate luxury. It is used to translate that luxury into a visual language of authority. Let us move forward into the next part, where we will decode how fabrics and silent tailoring become a manifesto of stability and absolute faith in the status of the elite. As the night in the principality moves toward ultimate stillness, we reach the gateway to another dimension of power, This is where the rarest luxury never carries a label, requires no introduction, and needs no justification. In Monaco 2026, the core value is simply existence. At this level, everything operates based on a supreme concept: sophistication. Observe how conversations open in the lobbies of iconic hotels or on discreet yacht decks. These are not interrogations or boastful displays, but the continuation of thought streams already formed. From the way people enter or leave a space, everything exudes a calm confidence, a type of zero-gravity energy. No one asks questions about identity or origin, for in this ecosystem, nothing requires justification. True status is recognized instantly through a look, a nod, and it is never shaken by the momentary fluctuations of the outside world. The most profound cognitive lesson we can contemplate is, an understanding of the rules of the game is more valuable than the game itself. The elite lifestyle in Monaco is defined not by display, but by mastery. Those belonging to the elite move through exclusive contexts with absolute familiarity, as if they were walking in their own private residence. The difference between a traveler and a member lies in naturalness. When you move with familiarity rather than strangeness, you are no longer an observer of the context. You are the one creating that context. The lesson here is, the pinnacle of social intelligence is when you make the most complex, the most luxurious things appear simple and obvious. Reflect on power from a more philosophical perspective. In Monaco, power is the ability to perform traceless transitions. There will be no ostentatious gestures, no dramatic appearances that shake the space. Instead, the life of the elite is a series of gentle transitions from one moment to the next, from a $1 million deal to a peaceful dinner party. Power here is the control of rhythm. Those holding the highest status never let the world see them struggling. Sophistication allows them to anticipate the flow of events, helping them always appear in the right place, at the right time, with a poise so relaxed it is astonishing. This is the manifestation of absolute stability, the most sustainable form of power, where strength is measured not by explosion, but by the ability to maintain perfect balance in a world in constant motion. Sophistication is not just a lifestyle. It is an art of observing and understanding the hidden codes of humanity. If you feel these in-depth analyses have brought you a new perspective on the elite world, please support us by hitting like and subscribing to the channel. Your companionship is the motivation for us to continue digging deep into the values hidden behind the glamour of Monaco. Thank you for observing with us, and see you in the next films, where the truth about power will continue to be decoded.